Hey kids, welcome to Mr. Rogers' afternoon clay class. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to throw a big bowl on the wheel. So I have some standard 181 clay here, about 5 pounds or so. Throw it on this black bat. Slam my clay down, get it good and stuck. My wheel's got some noise. Sorry. It doesn't interfere with the audio too badly. I have my water here. I got my tools set up over here. And make the clay slippery. You don't want to add too much water. Just what you need to keep it slippery. And I'm going to set that clay onto the bat. So I'm going to press it down pretty hard with my right hand. And now we are good and stuck to the bat. So right now we're not centered, so the clay here has to spin on this wheel like a tire on a car. So if this was the tire on your car, you'd have a pretty bumpy ride. So I want it to be spinning true right in the middle. So I'm gonna speed the wheel up a little bit. I got a little gas pedal over here. Make the wheel go faster, it gets noisier. So to center the clay, I apply pressure in 2 directions. Down with my right and in with my left. And then my left hand raises the clay up into a cone. And now I'll take my right hand and smash that cone down. At the same time, I'm pressing in with my left. It's called coning the clay. Now we're not quite centered, but we're closer. And I'm gonna cone that up again. Press in with my left, press down with my right. Give a nice cone. Press down with my right and in with my left. This also makes the clay nice and dense and strong, helps align all the particles, get the air bubbles out. All right, now we're pretty close, so I'm gonna do my centering move here. I can remove some of this clay here. With my rib. And now the clay is nice and quiet. And no wobble. Now the clay can be opened. So I'm gonna turn this into a bowl. I'm gonna press down right here. Put my fingertips and some water in the hole. And then open it up a bit. And I'm going to pinch the clay up and compress the rim. Okay, I have a bowl, but it's not very functional yet. I'll slow the wheel down a bit. There we go. I'm going to pinch the clay, kind of like a pinch pot. Bring the wall up. do that again. Pinch the clay, bring the wall up. Here we go. Now I got about a 1/2 inch of clay here at the top. Got about 1 inch of clay down at the bottom. Now I'm going to bring this out into a bowl shape. And I'm going to put my foot on the pedal, take control of the speed. Because I'll have to vary the speed here. So now I'm going to drag the bowl out. Now we have more of a bowl shape. And I have a bit of a mess in there. I like to compress that out of there. Get that mess out of there. My sponge. And we'll bring this bowl out again. Press kind of hard. My bowl shape out, and as I bring the bowl out, these walls get thinner. I'm stretching it. Take your hands away slowly there at the end. Don't want to pull your hands off too quickly, or you'll knock a wobble into the top. All right, I gotta compress the bottom of the clay here. So I gotta smash this clay with my sponge. The clay here at the bottom has just been bombarded with water the whole time. So it gets really sloppy and soggy. And if you don't compress it, make it stronger and denser, it'll crack as it dries. All right, so I'd rather use some slip here if I can have any in my trough here. Try to gather some slip for some lubrication here in the center of the bowl. Need this to be very slippery right here. There we go. So I can pull this bowl out a little bit more. And that looks pretty good. Anything you make on the wheel shrinks 20%. Well, 10 to 20% depending on your clay value. So you have to factor that into what you're making. So when you're at the wheel and you think you're making this great cereal bowl, when it shrinks up, you might end up with a small candy dish. So I'm gonna take this piece of leather and I'm going to compress the rim. This is called a chamois. It's from the hide of some animal. Probably the soft belly of a sheep or a goat. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to start using my ribs. This is a smooth metal rib. And I'm going to get rid of a lot of the mud on the outside. This will help it dry. So there's all the mud, or a lot of the mud that was on the outside. This will assist. This is a good slip. Will assist in the drying process. do that again. And I'm just pressing the wall into the rib, and I'm bending the rib to match the curve of the bowl. There's a little bit more. I will attempt to do that a little bit on the inside. Let's use an old CD. Sometimes this works pretty good. This was just this is a CD that was included with my printer in probably 1999. I'm just pressing that into the bottom of the clay. Get a nice curve there. See all the mud I took off. And I'm going to carefully use this to pull some of this mud off. All right. Pretty good. And I'll use my chamois to compress the rim again and be done. So tomorrow, when the bowl is leather hard, I will flip it upside down and trim it on this wheel. Looks pretty good. Get the last bit of water out of here. And the last bit of mud. All right, so now I gotta take my wire and I'll send this underneath and put some air between it and the bat. There we have a bowl.